Welcome to your virtual field trip through ePassport. This video should help you to understand what the different tiles are and how they can help you to be a better learner. Let's start with the home screen. This is the screen that you see when you first log into ePassport, and usually the first thing you do is click iReady. You already know about that, so let's talk about the other tiles on this screen. eCampus is your digital classroom. eCampus is where you will go if your teacher posts information, lessons, or resources to help you understand a lesson better, or to introduce you to new ideas or topics. Google Drive is a place for you to create and store documents. It's similar to Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and so on, except everything is stored in the cloud, right here in your ePassport in your Google Drive. Skipping over to Skyward Student Access, Skyward is the system where your teachers enter your grades. If you're ever curious to find out what grades you're receiving in various subjects, you can just click Skyward Student Access to find out. And finally, the Web Store. The Web Store is a place where you can download for free and sometimes for purchase various software. For example, as a Seminole County Public Schools student, you have access to download Windows 10 and install it on your home computer, completely for free. Let's go back to ePassport. At the bottom of the screen, we're going to move over and switch to library links. Starting at the left, let's go through these tiles. Discovery Education is a place where you can search for and find various resources about different topics you might learn about. You can search using the search bar over here, and you can find videos, illustrations, animations, photos, and all sorts of other helpful resources about the different topics you'll learn about in school. Heading back to ePassport, let's click the Florida Electronic Library. We're going to let it use our location so it knows where we are. And in the Florida Electronic Library, you can search magazines, books, newspapers, and more for different articles and resources. This is a great place to go if you're just curious about reading articles about various topics. Here's a good example. I'm curious what information is in here about my favorite book. You might already know that it's City of Ember. When I type in City of Ember and then click the search bar, I'm directed to this page. Here's a movie review about the movie based on the book City of Ember. Here's another movie review and a book review, and lots of other resources. So maybe if you're thinking about reading a particular book, you could search about it in the Florida Electronic Library and get a review before you decide to read it. The Horizon Library Catalog is where you can search to find out if a particular book is in our school library and whether it's checked in or checked out. In our Overdrive Digital Library, you can read ebooks. All you've got to do is sign in using your student ID and your last name. Remember, it's got to be your last name exactly as it appears on our school records. We're going to skip over to the Tumble Book Library. The Tumble Book Library includes lots of great resources, all books. Storybooks, read-alongs, ebooks, graphic novels. You know, those are the novels, the fiction books that sort of remind you of the way comic books look. Non-fiction books, videos, math stories, language learning, playlists, and puzzles and games. You've probably explored the Tumble Book Library in the Media Center. And finally, World Book Online. World Book is a great resource for researching topics that you're interested in, or for gathering information about projects that your teacher might assign. You'll notice when you click World Book Online that it gives you a few options. There's the kids version of World Book Online, which is best for kindergarten, first, and second grade students. And then there's the student version, which is best for third, fourth, and fifth grade students. And if you're feeling particularly intellectual, then you might choose the advanced version. There's other resources here too. Check them out when you get a chance. Let's move down now to Class Tools. This page is full of tiles. First of all, Computer Science. The tiles inside of the Computer Science folder are really helpful at allowing you to practice the skills that you're learning in computer science with your teacher. In the ELA, English Language Arts tile, you'll find all sorts of resources that will help you to be a better reader, including iReady, which you already know about. Pearson's SuccessNet allows you to get to the digital version of your school reading book. And of course, again, the Tumble book library. In our math folder, the one thing you should pay attention to is this Think Central Go Math Elementary link. This allows you to access your school's math book and other resources online. If you ever forget your math book at school, you can always log in to ePassport to find your homework right here at Think Central. Next, Science. This Think Central button takes you to the digital version of your science textbook. If you're also curious about the weather information at Heathrow Elementary or Lawton Elementary, you can also click these tiles. These schools have special instruments and devices that allow you to gather information about the weather in real time. This tile here, Common Assessment, is one way that your teacher could have you access the common assessments that you'll take in science if you're a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grader. We've already talked about Discovery Education. Let's skip down to the FSA portal. If you're a 3rd grader, a 4th grader, or a 5th grader, you'll be taking the Florida Standards Assessment, and at least one part of your assessment will be online. This FSA testing portal is extremely helpful at giving you information that will help you to be successful on the Florida Standards Assessment, the FSA. All the way at the end here is Khan Academy. Khan Academy has hundreds of digital lessons on all sorts of topics. You can explore them on your own, or your teacher can assign them to you. And finally, down here is Typing Agent. If you're a 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade student, your teacher might ask you to log into Typing Agent to practice your keyboarding skills. Teachers, if you're interested in having your students use Typing Agent, don't forget that you'll have to configure it yourself ahead of time. See Mr. Schimmel if you need help with that. We're now back at the home screen. One thing I wanted to point out to you is this magnifying glass at the top left. If you know what tile you're looking for and you don't want to bother searching for it, you can just click this magnifying glass. You can type exactly what you're looking for example, code.org. And when you type that, you can just click the tile you need without searching through all of the different menus. I hope this virtual field trip has been helpful to you. Don't forget that there are lots and lots of resources in ePassport that can give you new information as well as opportunities to practice the information that you're already learning. Good luck!